On this episode of Coach's Cart, I share a few of my go-to simple, delicious protein options that you can all find right at Costco. Coach's Cart, what's in that cart? Yeah. So you're probably aware that you need protein in order to not just survive, but to thrive. And in case you're not aware, you need a lot of it. Chances are more than you think. But the problem is maybe you're not like me and you just don't want to spend the time cooking. Well, before, if you can remember even 20 years ago, to sacrifice time in the kitchen, you also had to sacrifice quality of food, like you had to go through the drive-thru, for example. But that's just not true today. So I'm gonna walk you over to my table so I can show you my go-to Costco items for lean protein and how I go about selecting them. First up is these chicken breast bites. A lot of times I'll get the chicken skewers as well. But I mean, guys, like look at this. Chicken breast, look at the macros. In one pouch, there's 3.5 grams of fat and 24 grams of protein. Like that's insane. That means most of the calories, 140 calories, comes from the chicken, comes from the protein. And so you can put this in anything you want. I'm gonna put a pouch in my egg white scramble. You can put it in a wrap. You can have it in a salad. You can have it with a side of fruit. Honestly, you're limited by your imagination. Next is this sliced grass-fed beef sirloin. It looks exactly like on the package. It's cooked perfectly to like a medium. And literally it's already cooked. So all you have to do is heat it up. Same thing as the chicken. You can throw it in your scrambles with a side of fruit, in a salad by itself. Again, it's ready to go, super easy. 19 grams of protein. Let's flip this over, find the nutrition label, there we go. 5 grams of fat per 3 ounces, which in case you're not aware, look at that ratio, 5 grams of fat to 19 grams of protein. That's a fantastic ratio. Next up is these Amy Lou chicken sausages. I use these a lot for breakfast. They have, I don't know, I guess like a salt and pepper kind of flavor to them. These are fully cooked as well. All you have to do is just heat them up. So I'll slice them up into little bites and then I'll brown them up in the pan because I just like the texture, and then throw them in with a scramble. Again, whatever you want. But again, look at this, look at these macros. 8 grams of fat for every 12 grams of protein. So not quite as good as the chicken bites and the sirloin, but still pretty good. And then these are new, and I'm showing you these because I wanted to walk you through my process on how I selected them. So these are organic chicken meatballs, garlic herb flavor. You don't want to take, rule number 1, you don't want to take a food label at face value, like on the front, because they're going to highlight the best attributes. Like, oh, look at all this protein, and all that. And honestly, now that I say that, this one shows you what I would be looking for, which is the fat to protein ratio. But what I do and what I did that helped me make this decision is I flip it over and I look at the nutrition label and I look at the total fat and the protein. And I want this to be a very big discrepancy. So for example, there's been lots of things that looked really good. It was like chicken sausage, 13 grams of protein, but then it would have like 13 to 20 grams of fat. For me, that's blowing too many calories from fat. I don't need it. There's plenty of other lean options, so I put that back. But if the fat is under 10 grams and if the protein is well over 10 grams, then typically I'll get this food. I'm stuttering because it's lunchtime. This one, it has quite a bit of ingredients, but I mean, look at the ingredients. Rosemary, black pepper, organic chicken, quinoa, like pretty plain Jane stuff. It's gluten-free, so my wife's gonna love that. So that's how I determine if I buy something or not. I'm only getting 1 pack because I don't know how these taste, but I mean, pretty simple. So I hope that helps simplify your journey into having more protein. You don't have to become a chef. I by no means am not. I am busy. I'm building and running a business. I have 2 young kids. I have a wife that I love spending time with. I have hobbies. I want to have stuff prepped ahead of time, but don't want to spend a lot of time prepping it. You are only limited by your willingness to look around and be creative. And I hope this video showed you just that. We'll see you next time for the next episode of Coach's Cart.